Hey, today we are out at a park and we're going to be shooting with two different modifiers. We have the Westcott 48-inch Rapidbox and we have the Glow Parapop 38-inch from Adorama. Both of these modifiers are used by professional photographers and I really wanted to put them through the test on a real shoot and see which one performs better. Roll the intro. I don't have one yet, but maybe I will. Maybe I'll make one. Bam! Alright, so today we're going to be using the Orlit RT 610 strobe, this bad boy here, and we have the two modifiers, both Bowens mount. So we're going to set this up. We got our Avenger C stand here, which is a little bit heavy duty, but it's a heavy strobe, so works well. Alright, so we're going to start with the Glow Parapop. I just got this and I'm really excited about it. One thing I like already is that the bag has a handle, which is better than the Westcott, since that one's a little difficult to carry when you're walking out to a location. Small thing, but yeah. So this is the Glow Parapop. It doesn't come set up on this speed ring, and that was kind of a pain in the butt to set up the first time. It doesn't even come with instructions, so luckily there's a couple YouTube videos that helped with that. The cool thing about it though is once you get past that setup, you can just pack it up just like this and you never really have to do that again. So that's something I'm excited about. So let's go ahead and set this up over here with the strobe. I'm gonna take this around and slide it in, rotate it, and that locks on. Good. Tighten this down. So one of the cool things about this one is once you get it popped on, these just pop into place, which isn't too difficult. And boom, you have it set up. Got the diffusion already set up on there and it's good to go, ready to shoot. So let's shoot. All right, so here we're shooting with the Parapop. This is high speed sync and we're getting some good shots. See something a little less fashiony. Not right down in front. Put your right arm up. There you go. Nice. You look good now. Bam! Nice. Alright, so we just finished shooting with the Parapop and I was really impressed with it actually. I like it. It seems to me to give a little bit more of a dramatic look and I think that's just because it's a little bit smaller than the Westcott. But we're going to pop on the Westcott now and shoot in the exact same environment, same model, same everything, and see what those shots look like. So to take off the Parapop, it's real simple. You press down on these little buttons here and it's going to release everything like that. Then you unscrew it from the strobe, pops right off, and the diffusion can just stay on. Just kind of pop it in there and do this, wrap it up, and this goes right back in the bag just like that. And that is definitely one of the coolest things about the Parapop, I think, is how fast and easy it is to set up and put away. As you'll see, the Westcott is a little bit more complicated. So here's the Westcott without a handle, like I said. This is the XXL, which is the 48-inch version. Pop this out. All right, so here we have this, and what I want to show you guys is when you're screwing this in, is that this plate right here actually rotates, and that's kind of frustrating when you're trying to rotate it in and this is rotating instead of locking into the strobe. And so I'll show you that here. Come over here and we slide this in, and now if I just try to rotate it, see how it's rotating the actual softbox. It's not rotating the actual piece that needs to lock in. So this one tends to be trickier to, there we go, to finally get it to lock in. And so I found that to be somewhat annoying with the Westcott compared to the Parapop. Alright, so then if you come over here, this is how this opens up. This slides in, kind of locks into place there. Real simple. But you'll notice that the diffusion is not up. So with this one, we have to take the diffusion separately and put this together. And this is basically identical to how you do it with the Parapop too. It's just the Parapop, you don't have to ever take it off, which is nice. Then we have the outer diffusion here. Now we have it set up. So as you can see, that takes a little bit longer to set up than the Parapop, but it is a little bit larger, so let's see what it looks like. So even though there's only like a 10-inch difference between the Westcott Rapidbox XXL and the Parapop, it's very noticeable. The Westcott definitely gives you a flatter, wider spread of light, and creating kind of a less dramatic and flat look. And so because I'm getting kind of a flatter look with this, I'm actually going to angle it a little bit more off to the side to see if I can add a little bit more shadows and a little bit more drama. Looks a little bit better, but it's definitely a different kind of drama than the Parapop. I'm getting a lot more wrap around her face, which is giving me less of those darker shadows.
Do you want me to look at you, or?
Yeah, no, you're fine. You're doing great. So we just finished shooting with the Westcott Rapidbox XXL. This Rapidbox worked really well. It's definitely more flat and softer, mostly just because it's a bigger light than the Parapop. Since the Rapidbox is quite a bit larger and heavier than the Parapop, it blew around in the wind quite a bit more. So if you don't have an assistant to kind of hold your stuff, or a way to really secure this for turning side to side when you're shooting, you should probably go with the Parapop. Overall, both these modifiers produce beautiful light, and I'm actually pretty excited that they have some noticeable differences, because I was afraid that them being only a 10-inch difference, they were going to be basically the same modifier, but they're definitely not, and that makes me happy. So they both deserve a place in your bag. All right, so now we're going to break down the Rapidbox. Just kind of pop that down, pop these off. Some people leave this like halfway on and just close it and leave these kind of halfway. I take them all the way off because it's not that hard to set up, but it's up to you. Again, this is what makes the Parapop pretty cool, is that you can leave this all set up. We're just going to toss these over here for now. We got to break this down. This twists and releases. Pulls forward there. You have to release this, which is the same problem as putting it on. You have to really be sure that you're twisting the right part of it. As you can see, I have a lot more difficulty doing this than I did with the Parapop. But there we go. Got that. This packs right up into the bag. All right, so here's the bags. We got the Glow, got the Rapidbox, both great softboxes. Definitely go with the Glow if you're looking for something super easy to set up, a little bit smaller, a little more dramatic lighting, but definitely super easy to use. Westcott, beautiful light, a little bit more complicated setup, takes a little longer, and you probably need an assistant to hold it in place if you're shooting outdoors in the wind, but amazing, amazing softbox all in all. All right, so overall, I really love both softboxes. One thing that I did notice was that the Westcott actually has a much warmer tone to the images, and I shot on the same white balance the whole time, so must just be the diffusion has a little bit different color than the Parapop, but it was really nice and warm, while the Parapop kind of had a very cool, almost magenta-y tone to the flash. I definitely noticed the size difference between the Westcott and the Parapop. Even though it's only 10 inches, the Westcott really lights up the whole scene. It got some of the fence behind her, and there wasn't much fall off between her face and her legs, as opposed to the Parapop, which was much more dramatic and focused on the face, and I got a lot of fall off, and I didn't really get any light on the scene, on the fence, or anything like that behind her. So definitely some differences there. All in all, if you're shooting portraits, I think both of these softboxes would work perfectly for you. As far as usability goes, I really like how easy the Parapop is to set up and break down, and has the diffusion already in place. I just love that. The Westcott, I really love for a little bit more flat lighting, or if I'm shooting more than one person, I like having the bigger softbox, or if I need to light the whole scene. But it definitely does take more setup time and is quite a bit more difficult to use outdoors just because it catches the wind a lot more. But realistically, I think whichever softbox you get, you'll be very happy with. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you liked it, hit the like button below. If you have any questions or comments, leave those down in the comment box. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks. Have a good one.